Well, like many cities across the Bay Area, Oakland is grappling with how to deal with the homeless encampments. But changes in both the law and public sentiment are causing cities to rethink their approach. This morning, Oakland leaders gathered to hear a new proposal that's immediately drawing fire. John Ramos was there.
Everyone agrees that Oakland has a homeless problem, and so far there has been no solution. But today's meeting shows there's not even agreement on what direction to take to try to find one. Outside City Hall, homeless activists were protesting what was going on inside. At a special meeting of the city's Public Safety Committee, Councilmember Ken Houston was presenting his proposal for a new encampment abatement policy. But first, he displayed current pictures from his old neighborhood.
This is where I grew up. This is where my mother raised me. This is where I walked to school every day. Every day. And it did not look like this. We did not have to deal with this. Someone has to take a bold stand. We cannot to live in this condition, and we cannot continue to make individuals live in this condition.
Houston's plan would allow the city to close camps without notice. Offers of shelter would be made when available, but would not be required. Vehicles in violation of city code could be towed, and all sidewalk camps would be subject to closure. And finally, people who return and reestablish a camp within 60 days could be cited or arrested. The plan drew harsh criticism from homeless advocates at the meeting.
The solution to the problem is not to take their stuff and put them in jail. The solution to the problem is got to be humanistic. Oakland is not a city that wants to put its citizens in jail. We are not that Oakland. We are better than that. We can take care of our people, and we should, and we must.
The things that you guys want to take from us are the only things we own in this world, okay? We're not curbing. Yeah, we need help. But to throw us on the street with absolutely nothing has to feel like the jail for once, okay? We're trying to criminalize the moment when we can't afford to. It's really hard to sit there and watch people make decisions in a life that never experienced, who never walked in vain our sheep.
But Kevin Hester said his construction business was being heavily impacted by the encampment just outside his door.
We know this is a very difficult issue, but what is happening right now is not working, and something needs to change. I'm born and raised in Oakland. Our company is born and raised in Oakland. But if something doesn't change, we might be forced to move out.
There are warnings that Houston's plan, as currently written, could present a barrier to getting state and county housing funds. It appears to violate some requirements about providing advance notice and alternative locations for sleeping.
Suddenly, there's all this urgency after years of resistance and delays to plans that would actually house people. This policy will undermine our ability to work with the county and the state to do that. It threatens our access to the funding we need to provide that kind of housing.
Houston calls it a bold stand, and many agree with him that the current policy isn't working. But saying where the homeless can't live is the easy part. Figuring out where they can live is infinitely harder.
Houston says his plan is in line with last year's Supreme Court ruling that found cities do have the authority to prohibit camping and sleeping on public property. Oakland's full city council will address that matter later this month.